Good morning. Uh-oh. You know, I don't know if this is actually going to work or not. I can't see much, really. I mean, I don't know if I can read. I think I can read, but we'll see. Do you know how odd this really is? I mean, yeah, we were at Old Country Buffet yesterday morning and said something about our costume party at church. And they said, well, that's really weird. And I went, well, you know, you're right, but what can you say? You know, which all goes to show you, I mean, I know that we are not only the only church in the universe that plays the Doobie Brothers as our call to service song, but also the only ones that probably have a Halloween costume. So, yeah. Okay, there's actually a t-shirt you can get that actually has, you know, the Ghostbusters? You know, so that's kind of cool. That's all right. And again, I don't know if I can actually read this. Okay. Welcome to our fire pit. Oh, and I know it says something about where everybody gets toasted. I actually can't read this. This is not going to work. I'll be doggone. Okay, well, what can I say? Okay. Outside it's hot. A couple t-shirts that you could get. I thought that the dryer made my clothes shrink. Turns out it was the refrigerator. You know that little thing inside your head that keeps you from saying you shouldn't? Yeah, I don't have one of those either. How is everybody today? This is a fun day. We got a potluck afterwards, so I don't know. I suppose we have things back. I know we have a can of nuts. Yeah. So I know we have that, and I saw some other food out there, so definitely stay. Well, we do have a church of nuts. We do have a church of nuts. That's perfect. We've been doing this for 22 years. I mean, that's like... That's right. And we also have a couple patron saints by the name of John Lennon and George Carlin.
Hey, George and John.
Which, again, nobody understands unless they're with us. So, and John says, reality leaves a lot to the imagination.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And George, the future will soon be a thing of the past.
Right. Very profound.
Yes. All right, things that make you go, A wise man sees as much as he ought, not as much as he can. A man who is sound of mind is one who keeps the inner madman under lock and key. All our final resolutions are made in a state of mind which is not going to last.
That's right.
No mind is thoroughly well organized that it is deficient in a sense of humor.
Oh.
I hope that's true. I sincerely hope that's true. Okay. Important principles may and must be flexible.
That's right.
Abraham Lincoln. Many men do not allow their principles to take root, but pull them up every now and then, as children do flowers they have planted, to see if they are growing. Nice. We're coming up on the holiday season.
Yes.
Ooh, getting closer here. I know that we're going to be doing our usual Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
So for anyone that wants to join us, we always have a good group, 30, 40 people, and, people that have family that they're going to be separated from, people that have family that want to be separated from them, and anybody else is always welcome. Genetically speaking, zebras are black with white stripes, not white with black stripes. They have black skin even under the white hair.
Wow. I always wondered.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it just shows to go you that you do learn something when you go to church.
That's right.
So, it may not be useful, but hopefully we do have some useful things. Jan does the useful things.
Yeah.
I do the things that have absolutely no use other than to make you smile, hopefully.
That's important.
Yeah, it is important. It is important. These are sayings by all women. A man's got to do what a man's got to do. A woman must do what he can't.
Yeah.
The phrase "working mother" is redundant.
That's right. Yeah.
Every time I lose the door, I close the door on reality, it comes in through the windows. I've reached the age where happy hour is an app.
That's right.
The trouble with bucket seats is that not everybody has the same size bucket. Do you realize that in about 40 years we'll have thousands of old ladies running around with tattoos? And men. Money can't buy happiness, but somehow it's more comfortable to cry in a Corvette than it is a VW.
Right.
Now I have to say, I'd be very sad if I had to sell all my VWs and sit in a Corvette. I mean, I really would. I like the VWs, so, older ones. After a certain age, if you don't wake up aching in every joint, you might be dead. Personally, I'm just glad I woke up again, not dead again today.
So are we.
2 priests go to Hawaii on vacation. I even chuckled on this one. They were determined to make this a real vacation by not wearing anything that would identify them as clergy. As soon as the plane landed, they headed to the store and bought some really outrageous short shirts, sandals, and sunglasses, and other things. The next morning, they went to the beach dressed in their tourist garb. They were sitting on the beach chairs enjoying a drink and sunshine and the scenery when a drop-dead gorgeous blonde in a tiny bikini came walking towards them. They couldn't help but stare. As the blonde passed by, she smiled and said, "Good morning, Father. Good morning, Father," nodding and addressing each one of them individually as she passed by. They were both stunned. How in the world should you know we were priests? The next day, they went to the store, bought even more outrageous costumes. They were so loud, you could hear them coming before you saw them. Once again, they settled on the beach in the chairs to enjoy the sunshine. After a while, the same gorgeous blonde wearing a string bikini this time came walking towards them. Again, she approached them, greeted them individually, "Good morning, Father. Good morning, Father," and started to walk away. One of the priests couldn't stand any longer and says, "Just a minute, young lady." "Yes," she replied. "We are priests and proud of it, but I have to know, how in the world did you know that we were priests?" "Father, it's me, Sister Helen." Yep. Do you want to, Jan?
Yeah.
Tom? Okay. Do you want me to put this down or start it or get it ready or you do it?
I don't care.
I'll let you do it. I just put my hat on and go. Okay. Here, okay. Normally we have a song, but we're doing things differently this morning, so what can I say?
Oh, yeah. Miss May?
Actually, it's a cool mask, we just can't read through it. Everything?
I think so.
Good.
So first of all, I must explain my costume. I am Psychic Woman. Soon to be one of the next Marvel heroes. I am the seeker of truth. And the vanquisher of shoulda, coulda, woulda, oughta, gotta, must have to, always, and nevers. And the champion of walking a sacred path into sacred service. So we're doing our costume thing last night. So I found this cape. It's a child's cape. Choking. So I thought, oh, I could do that. I don't know what the heck. What is it? So I'm laying in bed. All of a sudden, Defender of. So that's what I went to sleep with. Selenite wand. There you go. Powerful tool. Anybody need to get swept off after services? Let me know. If you don't know what a selenite wand is, it's a crystalline structure that it's like a cosmic vacuum cleaner. It removes negativity, but it itself never needs to be cleared. So it's very cool. Before we do that, let's do our opening prayer and ancient ones. Would you do the opening prayer? Let me turn mine off before you turn that one off.
Walk with me, loving Spirit of light. Help me to see your presence in my life. Help me to see your divine guidance through this day. Walk with me as the day unfolds, and bless me when I lay down to rest. Help me to recognize when you speak to me through the voice of friends. Help me to see you manifested in my own words to others. May I be a blessing to others as you are a blessing to my soul. Help me to see your love. Help me to walk in your love. Help me to know I am love, and so it is. The gratitude is, I am grateful your love blesses me.
That's nice.
This is called a twisted path. Your journey leads you away from your goal to fulfill your goal in interesting and new ways. These creative ways may seem frustrating, yet follow your heart and allow it to lead you directly to where you want to be, become, do, and have. These pieces of the journey that seem to be, detours are merely opportunities to store experiences and wisdom for us to use in the future. Pay gratitude to them. Each step of your journey reveals rich blessings. Like looking for mushrooms, you may have to go into dark places and you may find new worms and bugs along the way. These too enrich the earth. Allow them to be what they are and who they are. Feel free to walk away from the creepy crawly things and people, and no need to hate or berate. They merely are doing what they came here to do. Allow and move on to richer fields and richer earth and the goal you prize. If you don't care for mushrooms, you can change this analogy and utilize its message for your own taste. Have fun along the way. We do.
So, Miss May, if you join me up front, please. So we have our song that we're going to do, written by Deneen, written and performed by Deneen, and we've put some sign language to it. You want to show me your T-shirt? I'm here for the blues. Both kinds probably, but that's me. I'll walk you through the words, and then Phil's going to play the music, and we'll put the words up on the front screen, whatever. So there is a dream.
Okay.
So there is a dream. And when I'm remembering this one, it's like if you have a thought bubble and there's little dots so you get to the thought bubble. That's a dream. You're thinking it. It's not manifested yet. So there's a dream. In my heart, we're just going to do the main things, just the heart. She knows it all, but we aren't going to learn it all. A vision.
A vision. I do
See.
see. A vision goes out, and see is.
What you looking at?
I see you, Carol.
Vision I do see. It is you
It is you
soaring
soaring.
higher.
It is me, and
We are free. So it's not a link, but we're open and free, giving it
This is
wings.
an F in sign language, and it's
Free.
hearts
Hearts open
open
wide. You know, like the doors, and you see a rich home, and they've got the study, and you just open those doors. Open the doors of your heart, open wide. It is
It is
time
time
to
to
decide. Oh, decide this one.
to
live
in
the light
the light
in love
in love
to abide. Like putting in a tent stake. You're going to just stake it down. On God. Sing your song. Is that right? Am I in there?
Yes.
Sing your song
Sing your song
to Great Spirit. And we're just doing the thread that spirit. We're connected by this thread to spirit. The song, living in your heart. Don't be afraid to hear it. The song, living in your heart. Oh, it's where it starts. Sorry, where it starts.
Like putting a
Key in it. And then the chorus, and then we do the healing power of love. The healing power.
Am I doing
We're just doing the healing power is all this one thing. Healing power of love. Sparkling light of the sun.
Yes.
Sparkling.
Light of
Wait a minute, I got to get my words. Somebody hand me my words. Sparkling light of the soul.
the
The soul. Sheesh.
sparkling light of the soul comes from within and your soul.
Sharing love. Oh, wait. Take a stand for the future.
Okay. Take a
Stand
stand
for the future of this earth
we walk
upon.
upon.
Sharing love.
Sharing
Power. Like you're paddling a canoe. You know, up a creek without a paddle, you have no power, but you got power. Understanding.
understanding like a light coming on.
Ding.
Understanding
We
we
all.
all are one.
And then again, the
Hand
chorus.
spaces out.
Oh. And then the hearts open wide. Chorus again. Have we got it? Okay. All right, Mr. Ville, you want to hit it, dear?
And if I put in extra signs, too bad.
It's what she does.
It's what she does.
What one of our goals is to do with this song is ideally
Bill?
at a drumming service,
Oh, there it is.
and we will do it, and we will, show
And do it
people
at our
drumming and
expo.
everything, because we want to give a copy of the video to Deneen.
Yeah, when we're done.
So
She's allowing us to use it on YouTube.
Does anybody want words? Pass that down. Good. Anybody else want words? Pass that over. Anybody else? Mm-hmm. Couple that way. Anybody else? Want to pass that down? It's over beside. Oh, okay. Anybody else? Hit it, Phil. I do much better with the music.
There is a dream in my heart, a vision I do see. It is you soaring higher. It is me. We are free. Hearts open wide. It is time to decide to live in the light, in love to abide. Sing your song to Great Spirit, the song living in your heart. Don't be afraid to hear it. This feeling is where it starts. Hearts open wide.
seen that. That was really good. Getting good.
I do teach sign language if you ever want to learn more.
Yes. Thank you,
Want to
dear.
learn the other side.
The other. Thank you, Miss May. Much appreciated. Rise. That was Deneen and us, by the way, when she was here a few years ago for a concert. She was here on our 10th anniversary. Okay, cool. Thank you for that. That was the song that Phil and I, we went camping over 22 years ago, because the church is going to have its 22nd birthday here pretty quick. And we were camping and just trying to figure out what we wanted to do and where we're going to start this Divine Fellowship thing and what would it look like. And we listened to this song and it was like, this is it. This is our dream for ourselves and our dream for you.
If you can imagine being up in the mountains, in the forest, and all you're doing is looking up at the stars with a campfire and this song's on.
Okay, so YouTube, you probably didn't hear that. So he was saying we were camping, looking at the stars, hearing this song. It was pretty darned amazing, I can tell you that much. So today, okay, you're expecting something really serious, and I'm out looking, and there's costumes everywhere, and it's really, I hope I can do this, but that's right. We talk about costumes, and you know, it changes. We have like an alter ego, and when we put a costume on, we look and see and feel differently. Have you ever noticed that? Part of that is because we give ourselves this childlike wonder, give ourselves the ability to be playful. And part of it is because we put on a different persona. I was talking to someone the other day, and her son is in the, he's a police officer. We have an officer in the audience. And her victim here, her convict. And she said he can be just regular person, puts his uniform on, and he's powered up. Because that uniform carries with it the energy of that whole system of being. Because a regular person isn't enough to be a police officer. It's kind of like when the nurses put on their scrubs. No mere mortal can be a nurse. I'm just sorry we don't have costumes or wardrobes for teachers, because I think they're beyond mere mortals also.
Yeah.
You know, they just do more than humanly possible. But we put on costumes all the time. We put on a persona all the time. And we don't think we are, we don't notice that we are, but it's like, let's see, I think I'll wear grumpy today. Or I think I'll wear attitude today. You know, whatever. But we do. And sometimes we wait until life gives us a prompt. Oh, I should be angry today. I'll be angry. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or I should be the victim today because life is just so hard. You know, we do that. That's human nature. It's kind of what we do. So it's interesting that we allow ourselves to do that, but we could also put on a new persona. We could put on new attributes and attitudes if we want to, if we choose to. I'm reading a book right now. My brother gave me this book for my birthday. It's called The Confidence Gap. Oh, good book. Really good book by Russ Harris. And he talks about the things the mind does to us. And that we can, there's two parts of the mind, like there's two parts of the heart. So the parts of the mind are the analytical part. Now, the mind is this worthy servant. It's a wonderful servant. I need to find blah, blah, blah. And it'll search out data and information. It's kind of like Google, your own set of Google processes in there. But left to its own devices, the mind does some weird things for us. The mind will point out every obstacle in our way. Don't you love that? Now here's the thing. It's because the mind wants us to stay safe. So the heart says, I want to do this. I want to have this goal. And the mind says, yeah, but blah, 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 and give you some obstacle that's not going to be easy. And then it's self-judgments. Well, you can't possibly do that. You don't have enough education for that. You don't have enough strength for that. You don't have enough wisdom for that, blah, 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 whatever. And then it'll compare you. Well, you're not nearly as brave or smart or strong as so-and-so. Who do you think you are? Bring you up those comparisons. And then it brings you predictions. Oh, if you do that, people aren't going to like you. If you do that, you're not going to fit in anymore. If you do that, and then all these negative predictions about failure or other people's judgments, all that stuff. That's what the brain does. If we allow it, we don't have to allow it. We can go, oh, thanks for the info. Shut up. I'm doing this. I'm going to do this. Because between the point of I am choosing to do that and the point of accomplishing it is this gap of unknown. So the brain fills this in, or the mind fills this in with that stuff. We can shift that and say, okay, what I really want from you, mind, is to show me how, or show me what my next step is. Help me find the next clearer step in this path. Then the brain goes, oh, okay, let me look for that. Instead of looking for problems, it'll look for the thing that will help you. Put it on task. Give it a task to do. Then we have a couple of hearts here. Heart of hearts and then our heart. Now our heart, I'm talking about feelings. I don't feel strong enough. I don't feel worthy. I don't feel good enough. All those feelings that come up, or I'm afraid, or I'm sad. Those are feelings. But then there's the heart of hearts, which is where your truth resides. And in that heart of hearts, there's this courage and there's power. And it's accessing that brings the power to our hands so that we can do the work that we came here to do, so we can live that fulfilled life that we were really hoping to have. Now, the Good Book talks about putting on armor. I've talked to you about this before, but there's another couple of things I want to share with you just really quickly. There's two places where it talks about armor. One is in Ephesians chapter 6, and the other is in Thessalonians chapter 5. Quick, briefly, I'm not going to read the whole darn thing. You can read this, right? You got one of these at home, right? If you don't, that's okay. You can borrow one of ours. Take on the full armor of God. I want to read what happened before that, because this is Thessalonians 6:13. It says, finally, be strong in the Lord and the strength of his might. So your brain's telling you, oh, you can't do it. You're not good enough, blah, blah, blah. Well, probably not. Your brain's probably telling you the truth, but it's not the truth. It's a truth. I'm not powerful enough yet. So allow yourself to notice that and step into the strength that is beyond your own strength. You've got that. You can have that. Put on the full armor of God that you may be able to stand firm against the schemes of the devil or the dark stuff or just harsh life crud, right? Yeah. For the struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places. What we're really fighting against is fear. What we're really fighting against is fear. And fear has lots of weapons, and the most powerful weapon fear uses is our own mind and our own feelings. Right? And then other people come along and reinforce that. Oh, you should be afraid. Right? So take up on the full armor of God that you may be able to resist the evil day. Resist in the evil day, having done everything to stand firm. So our task is just stand up for ourselves. Take a stand for the future. Take a stand. Stand firm, therefore. Gird your loins with truth. If you want to protect who you really are, wear truth. Wear it. And know that your truth and my truth may not be the same thing. But the truth transcends all of it. We don't care what you believe here at the Divine Fellowship. We care that you believe. And there isn't a single person here who has the same measure of faith or the same kind of faith or believes in the same system of faith as another person. I don't care, because this is not about me. This is about you. This is about what uplifts you and supports you. So find that truth and hang on to that. That'll help you be strong. That'll help you be firm. Having put on the breastplate of righteousness, if you want to keep your heart safe, do the right thing. Do the right thing. It doesn't matter what somebody else is doing. Do the right thing. And your heart will be safe. Your heart of hearts. Your feelings may go, oh, they don't like me. That's okay. Your heart of hearts is going to know the truth and hold you strong. And having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Now there's this whole thing here. It's like take a step. Don't walk the whole path all at once. Take the next right step. That's why they call them a 12-step program. Every step you take in a 12-step program leads you to peace. And when you take that first step, you have a measure of peace. When you take that first step towards your own destiny, towards your own path, your own sacred path, you will have a measure of peace. And that will strengthen you up, get you powerful. You are powerful. It'll help you feel the power. In addition to all, take up the shield of faith. Again, I don't care what you believe. But hang on to some faith here. Get some faith. I don't know what to believe. I believe that I don't know what to believe. Hang on to that. And search. Because then your path is about search. Seek. Seek. Hunt. You'll find. They said so. And you will be able to extinguish all the flaming missiles of the evil one. All of them. Every time the brain triggers something, every time somebody external from you is reinforcing some negative thoughts you may have about yourself, you'll be able to just knock it off. Quench that thing. Well, you'll know it's going to be there. Like Mary had a little. You knew that. You knew that. Now, our Mary doesn't have a little lamb. She has a Toby cat. But that's all right. You knew that. Why did you know that? Because you have heard it so many times. You believe it to that's how it is. Mary had a little lamb. But it's not necessarily the truth. It's what we've come to acquire as a habituated pattern. So when we recognize, oh, habituated pattern, then we can shift out of that. We can acknowledge it. It's not going to go away. If I say Mary had a little, it would come right back in your head, wouldn't it? It's not going to go away. It's been ingrained in there. You just know it doesn't have to run your life. You don't have to anguish because Mary had a little lamb. It just is. I'm not worthy. Oh, okay, maybe I'm not. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. Watch me. Still, I'm going to get that t-shirt that says, here, hold my halo. And take on the helmet of salvation, which in the 1 Thessalonians version refers to that as hope. Put hope up here. Guard your head with hope. This little noodle head just gets so full of fear, but hope will transcend that. Hope will allow that, just takes the back seat. Oh, there it is again. I don't have to worry about that. It is. It is what it is. Mary had a little. And I'm hoping for something else to show up in my brain to take that over. How many people have had this song running in your head for days? Yeah? Mm-hmm. It doesn't own you. It's not who you are. It's just there. It's not the truth of you. It's just a song in your head. Now, sometimes a song in your head is a message from Spirit, so pay attention. Like the one last week, I had a song in my head all week. Couldn't find out it had really spiritual, powerful spiritual message for me. And the sword of Spirit, which is the word of God, which is like that powerful stuff. It cuts the crud. Get your selenite. Cut that stuff. Go through it. All right. Then I wanted you to know Ephesians 4:24. Put on the new self. You could put on a new you. You don't have to be who you were yesterday. You could be somebody new. Do something new. You get to. You get to. You don't have to. You get to. It's a choice. You can be the same person you were yesterday. Same person again and again and again. Or you could put in something new. You could do something new. Try something new. You could. You could. I have more to say about that, but I'm going to shut up. This one. The night is almost gone, the day is at hand. Let us therefore lay aside the deeds of darkness and put on the armor of light. We're talking about the armor of light. One more. Over here. And put on the new self, who is being renewed to a true knowledge according to the image of one who created him. Oh my gosh. Put on the new self, who is being renewed. Renewed every day. You get to put on a new you every day. It's renewed. The old you can just, can it? Because the new you is revitalized and recharged. And how many people have ever had a goal and you just got weary and never did it? I want to look at that. Because you know what? You could get renewed. We don't have the renewal of ourselves. But that renewal is a gift of spirit. And we can ask for that. We can ask for that renewal. And we can be recharged and revitalized. Sound good? Because it's the truth. So what do you want? What's your goal? What do you hope for? It's so easy to let one day just bleed into the next day, to bleed into the next day, to bleed into the next day. And what do you know? Days have gone by. Well, I got laundry done. That's about it. And that's a good thing. That's a real, it's miraculous just to get laundry done some days, I tell you. But you're in this room because you want more. You want more. You don't want to just have a job. You don't want to just wake up in the morning and have today be the same day as yesterday. You want more. And sometimes we don't even know what that is. That's okay. Take the next step. It'll unfold. It'll show up for you. If you'd have told me 23 years ago that I would be a minister in front of you, I would say, oh, you're full of it. No way. That was the last thing on my list of things to do. Honestly, no. Heck no. Absolutely no. No way. But right now, oh, I'm so glad things that unfolded the way they did. I couldn't have imagined it. And I love it. It's so much fun. I think I'm having fun. I hope you are too. What do you want? What do you hope for? What do you desire? What is your heart of hearts really trying to communicate to you? Drudging through the day is not it. Look again. Drudging through the day is not what you came here to do. You have a destiny. Now here's the thing. Your destiny could be this huge thing. You could create software that changes the world. Or you could just say a kind thing that changes somebody's world. That's your destiny. And we get that by being in that state of awareness. Not locked in our mind that traps us with fear, but stepping into that new self that has that higher power, the higher vibration of awareness. Step into that. Put it on. Check it out. Put it on. Try it. If you don't like it, try something new. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. And if you feel like you're stuck, then perhaps you're in this state of hesitation before the next step appears. Because when your heart's engaged, the next step appears, no holding you back. There's no way. You won't. Here, hold my hand. I'm doing it. I'm just doing the thing. And every day gets to be like that. Every day gets to be like that. Every moment gets to be like that because every moment is a choice. Every moment is a choice. Mr. Phil, help me up front, please.
I'm going to put my mask back on.
Don't ask them. They'll make you do it. I've grown accustomed to your face. Isn't it fun? Like breathing out and breathing in. I'm going to have that song in my head all day. Unless I choose another one.
Baby Shark.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have that one in my head all day. No. Cancel. Maybe you could do cancel. Thumb and ring finger. What was that?
Selenite won't get it.
So, I want to smack him with it.
So, do you sing Baby Shark? No.
She's too old for that.
Oh, okay.
It's Baby Shark.
That's true. I'm sorry.
Back to the task
Yeah,
at
Phil,
hand.
go ahead.
Don't let me get in your way, Phil. So, communion, which is like supposedly very serious, sacred ceremony, unless you're the Divine Fellowship, and then it's something else. Unleavened bread, if you like the tradition of that, and the cup is gluten-free. And then there's animal crackers if you want to honor a Native American pathway. Whatever works for you works for us. This is a moment where we take a physical manifestation of the essence of divine life and we consume it. We take it in. So take in that new self. Whatever it is that you want to do, hesitate for just a moment here. Get that in your heart. Get that in your mind of minds, not your blah, blah, blah mind, but not the monkey mind, but the real mind. Get it into your awareness and then take it in. Join me in prayer. Loving Spirit of light, as we take this in, grant us passageway into our destiny. Walk with us in all things. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. Join us in prayer again, please. Loving Spirit of light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life, all of it. Help us to drink in love with all of it. Guide us, protect us. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. Did you feel the energy in the room shift? Did you? Sorry. It's tangled up. We got a volunteer. Marlena, who is healthy again.
Yay!
Which was worse, the cold or the heart attack?
I still have the cold. Thank you. It is a real pleasure to be here today. It's amazing to see all of your faces and the new faces and the weird faces. But I know that your prayers were with me. I felt that. It meant a lot to me to know that I could reach out to all of you on Facebook, on phone calls and cards and everything, and just felt your prayers. This place is so special. This is home. It was hard sometimes to just get up and go through the day, and it was harder to get here, but I had to be here today. You guys mean that much. This place means that much. Whatever you can give, a thought, a prayer, a dime, a dollar, whatever, keep it going. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a guest presenter for our meditation today. So let's give a big hand for our resident witch, Miss Valerie.